You guys can go out and get them printed, designed, logoed up for a campaign. And you can create a VR app right here at school. You could sell that to someone. Right now, people could start using it. And say, oh, what's the #1 vacation place someone here would go to? Like, where do you guys go for vacation? I don't know, do you guys do spring break in Mexico? There's like MS-13 down there. Where do you guys go? New Orleans? New Orleans? What if you could map out all of New Orleans and make this like Disney type character that's going to guide you around? It's like your best friend is going to guide you around. But you're sitting at home on your couch, right? Like you're eating Cheerios. Like me, you're doing more than just eat Cheerios. You're relaxing. Yeah, California. And then you put on this headset, and then all of a sudden, you start to see you're in New Orleans right out of the airport, and this character meets you. Welcome to New Orleans, right? And it's showing you around all the places that it thinks because of AI, because it knows your browse history, it knows what you like. You can connect that stuff together on servers. You guys we call it recommended search. Is a slang word that they're using for it out in California, but it's AI, right? It's bots. If this, then that. If 6 of 10 is this, then this gets displayed. It's like that crude kind of. So we say recommended search when I say AI. I think it's disrespectful to the AI people. Recommended search. So imagine like you're in this. You create this map of New Orleans. Anybody here model, rig, animate? That's what you guys think. So you create this like character that walks around this map, and it's showing you all this stuff. This city, but you have to do Google Map and then recreate everything in VR because you gotta have an accurate map. That map in itself isn't super accurate because so you want to partner up with third-party companies that fly over. You can rent them at local airports even. You can, for about $1,500, you can get a pilot to fly over a city, and they'll map the whole thing out with bubble, high, ultra, HD cameras. And they'll take that feed, and they'll port that feed. You're going to bring it down to 1080 anyways, so don't pay too much for high resolution, because you have to put it on the web at some point. But just know that you'll map that, you'll model that out, and then now anyone that wants to go to New Orleans, well, they would download that map pack. Now you go to New Orleans. You already got going for a few months. All right, New Orleans, I got a few thousand people getting these headsets, looking at New Orleans. I bet tourism's looking pretty nice these days, isn't it? Yeah. You want to put some ads in there? Now you can start dropping like fluffer coins at different spots you want people to go to they typically wouldn't go to. So maybe you really don't like beer. Maybe you don't. But I want you to go buy beer. So I'm going to drop fluffer coins at all the beer taverns in New Orleans. Because I want you to go, because maybe you should want some money. You want some money? You know, like that commercial, Geico, I almost got $1, but you actually get it, right? But it physically needs you hold your phone up. You have to get close enough to the coin to collect it. Well, now looking at the tavern, brought to you by Tavern, whatever, I'll go home here. That we call it the last nudge push. So in marketing, we made a good amount of money convincing you, last second, something is so exciting and you need it now. I made a good amount of money. It's nasty work. It's called affiliate marketing. Got out of that years ago. It's pretty evil, but it just goes to show how dumb all of us are. Myself, all of us, how unaware we are of every passing second. Once you become aware of every second a human starts to think about, truly then you can manipulate and guide them. Because once you know that, and you control the map, you have the technology, they're using your product, where do you want them to go? That's this power that you guys are about to walk into when you walk out of here. This world is not like the world you probably think of here in Oklahoma. The world is ran by people like us in this room. It is now. Let me show you something. You guys heard a lot of pushback on all this stuff, huh? On AR? No?
No.
Yeah.
More so on cryptocurrency.
More so on cryptocurrency?
Like, I'm kind of different from a lot of people in this room. I'm coming from a political science background.
Yep.
So,
political science. Oh, I love
yeah.
that. I just sued the shit out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And we just won, yeah. They tried to shut down location-based AR. We took them to federal court. We just got permanent injunction 3 weeks ago for the entire industry. It's always been known as Candy Lab versus Milwaukee. So they tried to use prior restraint. Remember when Pokemon came to Lake Park? You guys remember that? No? So they kicked them out. They said, hey, you gotta move all the Pokestops. All these rich people are getting mad. All these people are trampling up all our plants. It's a public park. I fought for this country as the military. I went to Kosovo and Afghanistan. I fought for our freedoms and our rights here, and it pissed me off. And I thought, well, being upset is only one thing, but how do we gain for the whole industry? Because anytime you contribute for something for everyone will pick you up afterwards and push you forward. I promise you, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. So they had Pokestops there, they moved them, but then the county said, well, let's put legislation in play. That could have been used all over the country. They could have stopped this whole party before it got started, saying you have to apply for a permit before you come in. And it can only be during set period of times. Your app is 24/7. So now you're being forced to play a stupid game. Guys, do you know what you're doing when you publish a VR app or an AR app that uses location? You're suggesting for someone to effing go somewhere. You decided to go there. I only said, hey, want some money? You went there, it wasn't me. You went to Lake Park. You, with those shoes, walked on it. But then they came after the app developers. So I got a law firm, and I said, let's go after them for prior restraint. And we won.
Nice.
Because they fucking know we're in control this time. They didn't fight it. The county settled up $83,000. The taxpayers were pissed because they didn't know that even ran through the books. There's 2 people now that don't even work there anymore that have sworn me off as their ultimate enemy because they got fired. They got reprimanded by a federal judge. This made it all the way up to the White House. Now we're doing it for cryptocurrency. I can't talk about it right now, but it's huge. It's gonna make it so you guys can trust this whole, you can trust it. We've won before, we're about to win again. That's why these bigger companies are partnering with us. Because like we get it, we can see it. I'm telling you, you guys have all this power. When you get out of school, you don't gotta go work for nobody. Just meet this kid right here, this kid right here. You right here. Like you can build a team in just like 5 years. You guys start buying mansions, riding around stupid golf carts, spending money on dumb stuff. You know, but that's what that'll do. Okay, so do you guys know what location-based AR is, kind of, in a sense? So I have an app on my phone, Texas Ropem and Unitaria. The guys are waking up, hopefully in like an hour. I'm gonna have them drop stops all over campus. So like over the next couple of days and well after I leave, those stops will stay here. Yeah, so you can just see how it works, get ideas, and then we're gonna give every one of you guys access to our plugin for free. You're not gonna pay for it. And if you guys want access to it beforehand, you have to get it by means of a DLL file. Anybody here work with Unity or C#? Anybody? So if you want to use our plugin, you can totally use it. You can use it right now. I would wait on the beacons. Be straight up with you. Got some issues there. Yeah. You guys, it's Eddystone and iBeacon. There's 2 protocols. So we had to make 2 databases, 2 tables of everything for the 2 standards. And we had to build an algorithm to listen to both and then listen to which one it is and parse it out. But you got all these third-party developers out there with beacons. Anyways, it'll be ready by March 1st though. This year I'm going to circulate around the class after I leave, but we're basically bringing location-based AR to the masses in the means of, I've got 8 years on this engine. It's made for iOS, Android devices. It's a smoothed out engine. It has low latency delivery, which is why you guys are doing if you guys are looking up online, that's the whole thing that we're talking to British Telecom about, as well as Deutsche Telekom. So when you see like our name come up with those 2, it's because of the low latency delivery that we figured out. How to go from our server down real-time delivery APIs, bypassing the App Store, bypassing Google Play, it's straight into AR. Pokemon can't even do that. They have to recompress the app every time they drop Pokestops. Ours are instant, 3 to 5 seconds, instant. Real-time delivery. I guarantee you, this is the best way to do it. Because you don't have to wait 2 weeks for a stop to appear in your app. This is a real-time delivery associated with it. Because we built the engine, the API, and the CMS at the same time in one line. When we didn't do SDKs, so we have to build walls and like janky stuff over it. So this is going to come out March 1st. That code that we guys gave you won't work right here. I'm going to send your teacher a new code, and it's going to give it to you guys for free. You're not going to pay. You just have to pay for your own data. I'm not going to pay for that. But $129.99 is what the market is going to pay for. We have a wait list right now of 7,614 as of yesterday, developers that have already prepaid their first month's payment. Yeah, so now something I'm thinking about is, here I am taking cash after I'm preaching the gospel of crypto. So I want to ask you guys your opinion on something. I'm thinking about enforcing this in my company. So I want to force people, and I want you guys to actually tell me what you think. In Unity right now, your debit card's already in there. When you get a new plugin, you know how you just click the button because your card's already in. Your card's already on file. You guys actually work with Unity in here?
Yes.
You see that your card's on file, you click the button, it charges you. Well, I have to give Unity 30% every time Joe Schmo downloads my plugin, our company plugin for 130 bucks. What's 30% less 130? That's how much I'm actually getting from Unity. But if I made the plugin free, and I say you have to pay $129.99 equivalent of Fluffer coin. Here's how you get your NIM wallet. Here's how you get your Fluffer coin. You buy it, and then you use that coin to get the plugin. Now I don't have to pay Unity. It can be listed as a free asset, and I can make that money. That's what cryptocurrencies and blockchain is letting us do. Well, cryptocurrencies is letting us do that. Blockchain is keeping us honest. What do you guys think? Should I take the 130? Because I'm kind of showing, hey, all crypto, but give me your cash. Because I can take that Fluffer in my NEM wallet, which is XEM really, and immediately turn it into Bitcoin or Ethereum, and immediately put it in my checking account. But I'm not like y'all. I'm living in 3017. I put it in my Coinbase on a Swift card. It never touches my checking account. And then our CPA does all the taxes and stuff at the end of the year, so it's all legit. But what I just told you right there is what crypto lets you do. Where there was none, there now is some. Because you can play everybody by the old system, and then immediately turn your Pistol Pete's, Dave and Buster tokens back into Rocash when you get out of the internet. And that's what we're doing in the crypto space right now. That's what we're doing in the AR space right now. Making it accessible to everyone with a mobile phone. You can go get it. You can mine it now. You don't need crazy machines like these industry people have to go out and run crazy hash rates. Do you guys think I should take Fluffer coin, or do you think I should take cash? Because I'm promoting crypto.
Both.
Both? Make it an option. Cash, Ethereum,
Perhaps a discount if they're paying crypto, because they're not paying crypto.
like what cash and credit card companies are doing. If you pay cash, you get a discount. You pay credit, it's more.
Right.
Well, it sounds like.
This time I should flop it. You pay cash, you pay more. You pay crypto, you pay less. That's all it is. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, so that's gonna happen. You'll see that on our website soon. That makes a lot of sense because I don't want to lose money either. Like but then people will buy it with cash, you're right, and they'll say, well, wait, I can get a discount. Oh yeah, that is all I'll do. What is this crypto thing? Well, put on them, buy it, and give us your QR code, and then bam, that's your first month's payment.
That's awesome because it incentivizes mass adoption, of crypto.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to give you guys crypto today for first, second, and third prize to get it going here in Oklahoma for you guys.
You're discounted more than 30%?
No, you guys are getting free. No. Oh, you guys are paying anything for it.
Oh, when you do crypto, and you're gonna offer that crypto and they take 30% right now?
You think that's what I should do?
Or are you gonna do 30% or more? I assume that you're gonna do
Probably the same. I just wanted to feel it. I want the industry to see that all of us are using this new token system. We don't want their dirties, like old money. If they can go build a house out of it, I don't care. I got people now on contract I can't pay cash to anymore. Like, what the F is that even about? But I couldn't lose them, so I did. And they're getting paid the same money, but these two guys have made so much more money than all of us just since they did that contract with us. If you just look at what our cash payouts are. Because they did it when Bitcoin is at 14. Yeah, so they were like, but we did it for everyone. Everyone ended up setting up a Coinbase after that. Now people, you pay them cash, but then they immediately put it right into Coinbase. So I'm like, well, we can just pay with Ethereum. We just pay with Bitcoin. You guys, as you do your research, you guys will recall what I said today. Maybe like, okay, yeah, I found it. But okay, so this plugin, if you guys want it now, it's a DLL file. I would hook you up with a guy named Bill Fisher. Bill Fisher, he's going to run the technical lead for the plugin when it comes to getting access. If you guys want to wait till March 1st, you can get it as AR Fuse in Unity. If you get the DLL file, there's no wrapper around it. It's called raw code that we scrambled up so that it's encrypted. And we give you dev nodes. But you have to build everything around it, or wait till March 1st, template, API, CMS, hosting package. You can literally just use Photoshop and make a location-based AR app. It has to follow that template that you see, like the one we did for Univision, but it's that same template. iOS and Android. $130 a month is what the public pays you guys get for free. In fact, you know I do all app. You guys all have .edu, right? I think I still do like Facebook. If you have a current .edu, it's just free for you, and you just pay for your own data, because that drives adoption. Pay attention to this, like train the trainer type thing. I'm using students to bring attention to the plugin. I'm using students to hustle energy into making new stuff. Look for guys like us, because we want people like you. And we can circumvent this whole thing. I know that, well, I won't say weaponizing, anyway. Putting the power back into our hands, where an algorithm called blockchain, decentralized computers all over the world, can now power AR/VR experiences with currency exchanges. And now we don't have to worry about Pokemon Go getting hacked. Oh wow, you got one computer, one supercomputer. There's 10 million of them around the world. Pokemon still goes on strong today. With one server, it gets hacked, it goes down. Sad face. Blockchain alone is going to reinvent the way the whole internet works on the physical side. At the end of your street, just like you see your power box, you guys are going to see something there pretty soon. And it's going to be some kind of an initiative. Probably like an Elon Musk type will do it. But that little rig that you saw at my home, that probably would power economically a 4-family home, middle America. You need about probably 4 of those in California, 4 in New York per household. So do that volume. That's the highest rated card you can get on the market right now. It's a damn near military grade 1080 Ti, those Titan XPs that we're using. I mean, you can feel it when that thing turns on. I'm surprised the FBI hasn't came yet. It's just like you can feel it. I'm sucking money out of the system, but making bitcoins too at the same time. They're going to be at the end of your street, and someone's going to come service them the way the utility guys come and service that right now. And those little computers are going to be all over the world. They're not going to be big-ass data centers anymore. Unless it's so far away, and it's called cold storage. I know you know about this. Cold storage means it's not connected to anything. There's no doors. There's this one vault of a door, one way in to store, but nothing can come out. I see data centers working like that for record keeping, historical record keeping, but why would you ever go backwards when we could all have that little computer all at the ends of our streets, or maybe there's just one or a few per city, but I mean ultimately you want to share at the neighborhood level. We all have rebuilt the internet. We rebuilt the whole foundation. And now we're going on top of graphic cards that are meant to process transactions at a rapid rate. And there's still enough in there to run the web on. But there's so much more for AR and VR. That's the problem we're having right now. That's why you guys are publishing janky crap, because the cards aren't really meant for it. But they are now, they're getting close now. That's why we smoothed our engine out to work on where the cards were from 2011 to present. But those high-end cards will give you that rich, immersive experience that you guys are hoping to get out of the education level. You can get that if this whole world adopts to this system. You got high-end, powerful graphic cards hooked up to the web in a decentralized manner through a common algorithm backed on blockchain around the world. Basically, you just plug in. It's an ATM, you're making money. Because people are mining it, they're powering part of the web, you're a contributor to the web. We came up with this model for people that are willing to do that. The amount of money they buy into their rigs, we give them coin back in to pay back for their rig and put it into Bitcoin and cash out. All of the finance people buying in that just want to ride the waves up, well, they're funding all that. And that's how we're going to put these computers all over the world. I bet we can pull this off in 10 years. It's possible. And now there's no more central computers. Now, and because of blockchain, everything's stored on keys. There's no more passwords. There's no more storing of data in centrals. All your money right now, you guys think you own it. Nope. Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, wherever that server is, that's where your money is. That's where your money is. All because of Philadelphia Trust, FDIC, is your money protected up to $500K. And in some cases, it's not even protected because of the nature of the transaction itself. Our government even wrote ways to not pay you when you lose your private key. That's your government. That's what you guys trust. I came here to share some gospel with you. I feel like I did that. I taught you what I know. Now I'd like to learn from you guys, because I gotta learn too. But I shared with you what I know. Guys, we're trying to figure it out just like you. My team's been together for 8 years. I've lost some people, I've gained other people. We've gone through some wins together, we've gone through a lot more losses together. We've grinded it out. Grinded it out. Not for school, because rent is due next week. Can you fucking code that or not? Does it work? Can you check it in? Is it gonna break other stuff? Did you document it? Did you put some kind of thought into where this is gonna be a month from now? Because the customer's gonna tell us we have to give the money back, plus they're gonna sue us for damages. It better be good code. We've gone through all of that stuff. You guys haven't gone through this yet, but when you do, it builds stress wood in you. Stress wood. Did you know if you grow a tree in a tent, its whole life, you can blow just a little bit of air on it, that thing will blow right over. But from seed all the way to growing into a tree, when the winds come and hit on it, It reinforces the fibers in the wood. It's called stress wood. You'll feel it when you're sweating, when your hands are shaking. You're at 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, it's 5 in the morning, your meeting's at 7. Your Uber's late at 6 o'clock. You're running down to the subway. You're in London. You barely understand how the tube works. You've got 15 minutes. You show up to your meeting, you're sweating, but you know what you're talking about because you have information in here they don't even know about. And then you get so good at it, you tell them only what they need to hear so they do what you say. And you take that back to your team, and then you go to the other customer, and you pull the whole chain together. Then you guys aren't like this anymore. I'm being straight up with you. I came out, we built a multi-million-dollar company off of, I didn't even know how to buy a domain name in 2007. I came out of the Army, I had ideas. I didn't know, but I knew that a lot of other people did. And I knew after being in combat while I was in Afghanistan, I thought, all of us, no matter who you are, like when it's your time, it's your time. So why can't we just do what we want every day? And it changed me. A lot of soldiers, it changes us for the worse. And for me, I found it as like being liberated. Like, wow, like I woke up one day, wait a second, wait, why are we trusting them with our healthcare? Why are we trusting them with our money? Right now, what I just did for you guys today is what Chase and Wells Fargo is already doing to you right now, except they decide when and if you can get it. They decide how you access it. You just got on your phone right now. The same thing Chase and Wells Fargo is doing, Bank of America. The exact same thing you're doing, except you're doing it better because they don't have blockchain. They're getting into it now. It's going to be Ripple. Watch. You guys are going to be exchanging, when you do a wire to your family back home, say they're wherever in the world, your bank may not even tell you this, but they're already using Ripple to do exchanges. China and US are already doing it. Boxers, IndyCar drivers, performing artists, they're all getting paid in Bitcoin. Then they're going back home to the countries they're from, and they're withdrawing it right there. Tax-free, all of it, it's right there. Not waiting 2 weeks for something to go through. That's not. Is this there or it's not there? Yeah, you guys got any questions? That concludes my presentation.
We just talked about taxes, and we pull it out, and what is the deal with paying taxes on?
As soon as that coin hits your checking account, it's considered an investment, an asset, hitting your private wealth. So you're taxable. It's a capital gains. It's an asset. It's a gains.
What if it never touches yours?
If it never touches it, I'll talk to you guys privately. I move like a fucking Jedi, I'll tell you that. But I also was CEO of a company, so we pay our taxes. We have a CPA firm. We have 2 law firms, Troutman Sanders, Mintz Levin. We use a CPA in California to include a group out of St. Louis, Frank Smith, Wallace. So we're very legit. We pay our taxes, but I can see why people aren't going to. Because you're considered an international customer in your own country, making a purchase. Is it international money you're using? So our government's trying to figure out legislation right now for it, which is why I'm going to go back up for round 2. I know you guys didn't track that whole, because the AR is such a small thing, but if you guys follow this crypto thing along, this is an 8-month lawsuit. We're about to bring a whole other one on. We just need them to file this first legislation piece. We already know where they're coming from. We already have 2 firms working on it. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to clear this out for you guys too, this whole crypto thing. We already cleared out the AR. No one can ever do that again. It is permanent injunction. They can't stop a location-based AR app. No city can stop it again. If they do, it's federal law. It's Candy Law versus Milwaukee. All of you can use it. We're about to do the same thing for crypto. But we need them to do the action first. Yeah, so please, invest in crypto. Learn it, at minimum, because your customers are going to demand that you know it. When you guys get out of college, and they ask you, oh, can I hook you up with your NIM wallet? Just knowing what a NIM wallet is already says that your school did you a solid. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, here, man. Wow, this guy's got NIM. Yeah, they must know everything then. You know what I mean? And then you teach them how to do it. And then that's the relationship between you and your boss. This person has something. You need to become an asset, but don't treat yourself like an employee. You're a leader in your industry. They're paying you to extract that knowledge and service out. As soon as you start thinking of yourself like that, you're not going to be treated like that. Because I'll treat you like that fast. Old Andrew would. I don't do that now. We build people up. I would have taken advantage of you so quick because I needed money. And I would use you to make money. For me. Just think about that. Like, these are things you got to deal with when you get out there. That's why you want to trust your own people, your own team. Like my team, we got each other's backs. I don't know if I had a body, but how many Bitcoins? But you want to trust your team, and you want to trust them when they're not around you. And then that, with your knowledge, with what I told you today, and what your teachers are showing you, your professors are teaching you every single day, these guys are experts in their fields. I asked them yesterday, why are you guys not in the saddle? Because you guys clearly know what to do. they could make millions. Then they want to stay here and want to teach you guys. I find it really admirable because I don't spend any of this kind of time teaching you guys anything. I have my own team out there. We got our own problems. We're running our own hustle, our own Ocean's 11. You know, but I'm glad I got a chance to come here and share with you what we're seeing. I know I'm a little kind of crazy. I don't sleep much anymore. It's really exciting, this work. And I hope like you guys get hooked in whatever way that means something to you. Before I actually do officially end, let's get to the next part, Q&A. You guys have an ag group here. Most of my family went through the agricultural school. I don't know them much. I grew up in an Army family. I was born in Quapaw. You guys know where that is? Miami, Oklahoma. I was born on an Indian reservation up north. Yeah, Cherokee, Miami Indian. But I grew up in Germany most of my life, military family. So that's why I also joined the military myself. But I wanted to come back and like do something for my home, like my home area. Most of my family went through here. But this is what I kind of thought about this the other day. Any of you here ever work with Raspberry Pi? A Raspberry? You know how to work with them? So check this out. You got an agricultural group of students just over there. You got finance students, right here, somewhere. Finance students right here. You got guys that can make a Raspberry Pi right here. Guys, I gotta source the globe to find people like that. You can make a new product. They already have, it's called Sensor Hat. You can put Sensor Hat on top of a Raspberry 2, and you can plug them into the end posts at the ends of the fields. And now you can replace what Monsanto's doing by using another board that has graphic cards on them as micro mining transactions of accountable data backed on blockchain. Because they have Wi-Fi, they have radio on them, you can have these things talk to each other all throughout the field. Thanks, Monsanto. Well, we'll take it from here. You guys can do that at your school right now. So you need Raspberry Pis, you need agricultural use cases, you need the finance guys for crypto to bring in a coin to launch a coin. You need someone that can prototype a Pi and then write out the specs for it and make a kit off a website. You get the kit, you make it yourself, and now you can start tracking information on your farm for pennies versus stupid like licensing deals that Monsanto does. I know, I've been at Monsanto. I was at their offices in St. Louis. They wanted to use our engine for one of their projects, and it ended up not working out. But it did open my eyes to that whole agricultural space. Right there is a $100 million product. And you guys are going to go work for people making $20 an hour after school, after I leave today. I hope that's not the case. Because, guys, right now, the whole world got dumb again. They got dumb on apps. They got dumb on social media. They did. They got dumb on email marketing. That's where they all are. They forgot the basics, the fundamentals. They forgot 101. How to build a machine. How does USB work? They don't even know. Because the app tells them what to do. You reinvent a new machine, you show that it can save money, that has a gyroscope, accelerometer, magnetometer on it, that has temperature, barometric pressure, that has an LCD screen and a little joystick. You can use to like toggle through menu items. And when you see all greens facing you on that LED screen, well then you know the field is good. But you have a red square come back, you know row 22, something 16, something 12, has some shit going on with it. Maybe the liquid nutrients is off. But that little machine told you, for $45. You buy it at the store, consumer, 45 bucks a machine. You buy them in bulk for your farm, you can get them down to like 12, 13 bucks a machine. Now you can have all these students around here, just snap them together for you. You can make some like entrepreneur, just call it Entrepreneur Club by the tech people. And this is where you guys are gonna start coming up. All those people and like doing all those other activities that don't make money, you guys wanna make some money? Now they snap parts together for you. And then you guys program the software and you ship them out in boxes to farms all around Oklahoma. You launch a coin called, I don't know, Farm Coin. That's the only coin you can use to buy this product. Now you replicate that model around the world. Now Monsanto comes knocking on your door. Do you guys want money for your department? Or do you guys want money for your bank accounts? And then you donate to the department. You decide, because you brought it in. Or go work for someone, or take a little risk. Guys, I jumped in at 27. There's only one thing I regret. I didn't start at 17. That's my only regret. Just one person in this room I know is going to make it. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. All of you here, though, today, a week from now, the knowledge that you have, think about half of you guys are going to make it through. Half of you are going to make it through this path. The other half of you are going to go work for teams, and it'll take you about 10 years. And I think 100% of you are going to be doing your own thing by 30. I really truly believe that's the stats here. I think we're looking at one winner that knows what they're doing right now, that will continue on. Half of you, I know it, man. I got to talk to thousands of people, even the Chinese. Oh, I kid you not, about 27,000 of them. Working with interpreters with weird things in my ear, like it's, and the stats are usually right. Mother Nature did this thing. I can't quite figure this out, but if any of you guys are in AI, I guarantee the universe has a model. There's this pattern. No matter what you do, because of frequency and vibration, it has to stick within this. No matter what use case, mimic that pattern as much as possible, and you can bring all kinds of new stuff to market. And they feel like it's always supposed to have been this way, because they see so many things that make sense to them, because you followed an old pattern, that you put new stuff on an old pattern. You guys are being taught all the newest stuff here at school. You may not know the newest tech. You can research that. That's all we're doing. We just go on Google. What is the new stuff? Give me that new. And and then we play around with like a bunch of monkeys banging on stuff till we're like, oh, ooh, wow, check this out. I think the humans will like this. Yeah, we give it to you. And sometimes it makes money. And then like you get hooked on that way of life. And then your employer becomes the humans. We say Gen Pop, general population. That is your employer, Gen Pop. You guys go down to your courthouse. I might have to come back here and talk to you guys. Go down to your courthouse, file an LLP, not LLP, file an LLC, right? Set some arbitrary, I don't know, $1 million valuation, dollar a share. Do C Corp. File your paperwork. Get a couple of co-founders together in school. Go make some shit, right? Like a year from now, not even a year from now, 2 to 3 weeks into it, you can already be making money. Then you guys are like, then you become little savages, Oklahoman savages. Can you imagine that? So I'm really excited. Like I said, the space right now is hot. And it's hot for new blood to come into it. Because everyone else is confused right now and they got their heads into the apps. All the hustlers that shouldn't be in this, the system already weeded them out. Because they're chasing apps, they're chasing software, and software, we have to do a bunch of software, but they're chasing like how to make the next social network. Because as people are out here talking about taking power away from the Galactic Empire and giving it to the rebels, and you're over here talking about making a better social media app, so a better way to like meet girls. You know, you swipe up in this way instead of this way. Like what? Yeah. So again, that officially concludes this presentation. There's going to be money, like I said, showing up into your wallets. I'm going to leave an email list. I will be here today and tomorrow. There's a bunch of people back on my team that would love to chat with you guys, help you out with whatever you can. Natalie Cole is going to be the primary point of contact, and Timothy Simpson. If you guys ever want to ask for like the files, when you want to get your plugins and stuff, they'll be the ones you interface with. Always send me a note and say hi. I'll make sure that they're doing it, and I'll help you out with some stuff that we've learned at that current time. Also, has any of you ever been to South by Southwest before? Any of you? Who? You've been? You guys have been? Last year? Who wants to go to South by Southwest? All of you guys. Do you want to go as well? Do you guys have anything to show? What's burning on your mind to talk about? If you can't tell me, what's burning on your mind right now to talk about at South by Southwest? Bitcoin? What's burning on your mind right now to talk about there? If everything was taken care of and you could go there, what's burning on your mind to talk about?
I would like to talk about how to help people learn emerging technologies, which is not making money, but